This is the 2021 Brewtubers Online Brewers Club Yeast Experiment number 2, Saison. Thank you to our sponsors, Imperial Yeast, 5 Star Chemicals, Beer and Wine Hobby Homebrew Supply Store, Brewing America, all stainless steel mash paddle sponsors. Also Hopsteiner and Yakima Chief Hops. Get brewing.
Hey guys, Matt here, Rect Brewery. Going to do another review. This is the final review I have, the last one for the Brewtubers Yeast Experiment number 2. This is Saison. The last one that just happened to be, I don't know, Nate, not sure how yours got shoved to the back of the fridge, but yours ends up being the final entry for me. Nate's got some really cool labels here. Let me show you. He did this with the DKN as well. So very nice looking labels there from Under the Table Brewing South. Get it to focus there. Maybe. There we go. Very cool. It's got some information here on the bottle. We can go through that information and then we'll look to see what else we have to do with the spreadsheet here for whatever may not be on the label. But he's got some good information on here already. This is the Saison Brewtubers Yeast Experiment number 2. He actually doesn't say what the yeast is on here. Shame on you, Nate. You didn't put the yeast on your label. He used the Saison Stein's Monster OYL-500, OYL-500. It says here ABV of 7.9%, IBU of 32, fermented at 68 degrees, OG of 1063, final gravity of 1004, mash pH of 5.4, final pH of 4.5. All right. Let's see here what we have left on the list. So 1 package, no starter, 5.5 gallons of beer. He brewed it on May the 8th, bottled it, or he put kegging date, but I'm sorry. I guess he put it in the keg on June the 5th, and he actually bottled it from the keg on June the 9th. All right, that makes a little bit more sense now that I read that. Grainfather G30 120 volt system is what he's using these days. Mash temperature of 150. He started at 72 degrees for 1 week, and then raised the temperature 2 degrees every 2 days until 80 degrees to help it finish out. That's pretty typical of these Saisons, I've noticed. They like to finish out with a higher temperature. Cold crashed it, looks like, for 10 days. So he cold crashed it for a while, 35 degrees. So this comes in at 7.875% ABV. Yeah, he put that on the bottle. I had to look because the last couple I did, they were a little bit different. The number on the spreadsheet for some reason was different than it was on the bottles or the cans. He used a carb stone, quick carbonation lid type. I'd be curious to know more about that, Nate. That sounds really cool. I've seen a couple of people doing something like that, but I haven't actually seen anybody in this little group doing that. Let's go ahead and pop this open, see what we have. Got the, I know it's a little early, but I've got the pumpkin to open this up with. I actually remember to go over and get it. I'm gonna use the muffin top glass today. Shout out to one of our sponsors, Brewing America. Awesome glasses, I love these glasses. I use them for everything. I use them for beer. I use them for, just grabbing water out of the fridge. They're just really nice for whatever. All right, looks like this is going to all fit in there. Leave that very little bit left behind. All right, this is probably one of the lighter ones. Just looking at the color. Nice 2-finger head there. The bubbles on this are a little bit mixture of big and small, so some of that probably will dissipate. It's a little bit hazy, but it's not hazy. It's I don't know. It could be chill haze. I could see through it, no problem. It's just a little bit foggy. Just ever so slightly foggy. And that could be this glass, because the muffin top glass is the top portion of it is a little bit curved outward. So that does tend to distort the clarity a little bit. The bottom of this, though, looks pretty clear. It's not crystal clear, but it's got a good clarity on it. The carbonation on this thing is nuts. Tons and tons of bubbles on here. I'd like to see if I can get that to show on the camera, because it's got a blizzard, sort of an upside down blizzard effect in there. Let's see if I can get this to show. Yeah, look at that. That's nuts. I don't know if you can see it on the top. looks like a blizzard in there. Something I missed from being I used to live up in Pennsylvania, and we used to get blizzards just about every year. You don't get that down here in South Carolina. That's nuts though. Look at that. In fact, I think the head has kind of grown on this over time. All right, so now that we have that poured, let's go ahead and check the yeast. So off of Omega's website, OYL-500 Saison Stein. So this is saying that it's a generic hybrid of two Saison strains, the French OYL-026 and the Belgian OYL-027. It is versatile, aromatic, and attenuative with a silky mouthfeel. It excels at high gravity, and it ferments more reliably and thoroughly than its parents. It is spicy, complex, tart, dry, and crisp, with some other bubblegum character present from its Belgian parent. More fruit and fewer phenolics than its French parent. The attenuation is 80 to 90% or more. It's meant for the Belgian ales, flocculation of low, attenuation 80 to 90%. The temperature range is 65 to 78 degrees. So he started off kind of right in the middle of that at 72, and then ramped it up to the higher end to finish it out. Alcohol tolerance 11%. So I got some really good information there. That foam on there is still hanging around. Let's see if I can get an aroma through that. Oh yeah, it's got a good, very good aroma to it. I can definitely get some of that bubble gum. It might be, once I drink some of this and maybe that foam dies down a bit, maybe I'll get some more out of it. But other than that, it smells very similar to a lot of the others. It's not punchy in the face, super spicy, super, Saison style kind of an aroma to it. It's very nice. It's a nice, pleasant aroma to it. I am getting a little bit of the spice from that. I'm getting a little bit of the malt bill from this as well, and definitely some bubblegum in the aroma. Yeah, that smells great. Let's go ahead and dig in. Cheers. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. That is definitely has an interesting little bit of a complexity to it. It is a nice middle of the road. It's kind of, with the rest of the pack with a lot of these other Saisons. But this one has a bit of an interesting twist to it. And it's probably because it's a hybrid. I think, I believe all the other ones are just straight yeast types, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong on that, but this is the only one I remember at least reading that it's a hybrid. And they're talking about spicy, complex, tart, dry, and crisp with some bubblegum character. Definitely getting a little bit of bubblegum. I got that in the aroma. Getting a little bit of that in the taste as well. It's not too spicy though. I got some of the spice character in the aroma, but I'm not really getting a lot of that in the taste. It is definitely drying, but it's not like it doesn't hit you in such a way where you drink it and it just sort of falls off the palate. It's got a nice sort of dryness to it that follows right through and just makes you want to take another sip. Yeah, and it is a very clean, nice, clean, crisp beer as well. This is great. Kudos to the brewer, Nate. This is a fine Saison. Very clean. In fact, as it's kind of sat here, it's cleared out the rest of the way, as a couple others have. And I could kind of tell from when I first poured it that the bottom portion of this glass was mostly clear and the top wasn't so much. But now that it's kind of settled, and man, those bubbles are still streaming up there. That's nuts. Yeah, they're not going to die down anytime soon. So it's got a nice high level of carbonation to this style. Yeah, that's really, really, really nice. Nice job, Nate. So sad to see this being the last one to go for the experiment. They have all been a ton of fun to go through and see some of the differences. I love doing these experiments. I did not sign up for the Dubell, so you have to check out other folks' reviews for the Brewtubers Yeast experiment number 3. But this is going to be the final for number 2 for me. I'm going to go ahead and gather my thoughts on this, and I guess I have to start going through the scoring. And I'll see you guys on the next video, whatever that may be. Again, thank you to our sponsors. Brewing America, Hopsteiner, Yakima Chief. We have Beer and Wine Hobby for supplying us all the materials for the yeast experiment. We got 5 Star Chemicals for helping us keep the brewery clean and sanitary, as well as Imperial Yeast they actually gave us a bunch of yeast to help us out here with the experiment. And I know I've already mentioned the Hopsteiner and Yakima Chief, but huge thank you to those guys for sending us a whole lot of hops that got divided amongst all the members of the experiment. So that was really, really cool. I'm not going to need hops for a really long time. And now I just have to figure out what I'm going to do with all of those and figure out what recipes I'm going to use it for. So, but anyway, with that and rambling, we'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good night. Cheers.